Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. Today I'm on Bitcoin, I'm on the 4-hour time frame, and it looks like we could still be a bit more bullish. We could still, in theory, we're doing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. We could even go test out the previous low, which was around here at 75,000, and we could still be looking at the possibility of making a higher high. Okay, that's what I think. Now, do I think Bitcoin is now going to go above this recent high? Not too sure. I'm not too positive on that. What I am positive on is that I think we are going to be moving down in the short term. So, where do I think the price of Bitcoin is now going to go? The first thing that I'm going to spot is these previous highs. I'm going to trace a box. These served as a resistance, 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 and then once we broke it was a support, and then it looks like now it's currently being used as a support. We are also oversold on the 4-hour time frame, so it does look like we could get a bit of a pump up. Okay, now having said that, another thing that's important to note is, let me just hide this divergence because I don't necessarily want to see it now. I'm going to trace a Fibonacci retracement from this high to this low, okay? I want you to keep in mind, I want you to think of 77,500 roughly, okay? Between 77,500 and 77,800. Why? Because I'm now going to delete it. I'm going to go on the daily time frame, and we are going to see how we have got a fair value gap sitting right on this golden pocket. Okay, I'm going to retrace it in case you can't remember it, and so that we can see it all a bit more visually. We have got the 0.618 level sitting just at the start of this daily fair value gap. Okay, so that is quite an important thing. It does look like that's going to be quite a high reaction zone. Okay, around this price point, I would say between 78 and 77,500. That's where I think there is going to be a bit of a reaction. Okay, when the price does get there, we will go through it in detail in these videos, but until then it does look like we are starting to get a bit of a move up in Bitcoin. Now I'm going to turn on our indicators, which we can, by the way, you can by the way get for free. I'm going to turn them both on. The order blocks, which is going to tell me where the order blocks are, and we're going to go on the 2-hour time frame, and it's going to say something quite interesting. We've got a 2-hour order block sitting directly above the fair value gap as well as the 0.618 level. That is quite a strong. Things are like really starting to add up around this area. Now I'm also going to turn on our smart trend indicator, which is the strongest and nicest one that we currently use. It is also going to be coming along roughly at the exact same price point. Okay, around the same area, we are also going to have roughly the same thing. Now, to add even more things to it, I'm going to go to the 8-hour time frame. This gray line that you're going to be seeing is also where the exponential moving average is of 50 time frames. Okay, it's going to be sitting, or it is sitting around this area, not too far off our really popular area between 78,000 and 77,500. That's roughly where there's a bunch of things all together. On the 8-hour time frame, it does look like we do have still a bit of room to go down, so it would make sense for us to retest this 8-hour gap, which we are currently doing, and then get that move down all the way here. That's what I personally think the price of Bitcoin is going to do. Now, this is where I'm going to be honest, I cannot read the future, and I don't actually know 100% what Bitcoin is going to do when we get this reaction here, because I personally think, one, we are going to go look for it, and then two, when we do get this reaction, which I hope that we do, ideally, in an ideal world, what we would like to see, if we want to be bearish, if we want to hold our short positions, which I currently am, we would like to not see a higher high. So we would like to see failure of going above the recent high, and then either seeing a lower low, so below this recent low that we will have created, or another thing which would be quite nice to see, which would be all right, would be that we start forming a sideways channel. Now, when we go on on Ethereum, we are also going to see that it's going to be quite a good proxy for us. It is going to give us quite a lot of valuable information, but let's first off go step by step. Now, there is the possibility, and I repeat, I think there is the possibility for us, for Bitcoin, to go above the recent high. Why? We have a 2-hour order block sitting here, which we have not mitigated yet. We haven't touched it yet. We were about to, we were extremely close to. True, yes, we haven't hit it yet, which is not the best of news, okay? And another thing which is not the best of news for those of us that want to go short and are waiting for the price of Bitcoin to go down is this white box that I have drawn out is where we have a CME futures gap, okay, which we have not cleared. We have not cleared this gap by exactly $750. So we were less than 1% away from killing this whole CME futures gap, and we haven't done it. Okay, so those are two, and now I'm about to show you a third reason why there is a bit of a chance that we do go up, okay, which is not necessarily what I want to see, but if we do get another move up, it's going to be a really nice place for us to go one more time short. Okay, so having said that, I think on Bitcoin is pretty clear where the area that is that I'm going to be waiting for it. Also really good stuff that I'm seeing now. We've got the smart trend sitting as well very nicely within this golden box, this Fibonacci area, the daily gap, the 2-hour order block, this, that, the other, and the exponential moving average. So it would make sense for us to get this retest back down and then get a pump up. Okay. Having said that, I'm now going to stop hiding my smart oscillator, and we're now going to go on USDT. For those of you who are new and who don't really know how this works, how I read this, when USDT goes up, the price of Bitcoin goes down, and vice versa. If USDT is going down, the price of Bitcoin is going up. Okay, now I'm going to hide this once again because it's getting in my way. This is a weekly gap. Okay, so on USDT we came and we hit a weekly gap. Perfect, fine, and we are having this reaction back up. Perfect, cool, nice. Now if I turn on the multi-time frame gaps, we can see we have not hit a daily gap. We had a daily gap, but we haven't hit it yet. And it's looking a bit worrying because we are overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We've just hit the exponential moving average, which is why I'm also saying that Bitcoin could get, or Bitcoin and the whole crypto market could get a pump up. It looks like we could be getting another cheeky retest, well, not another retest, an actual test to this daily gap. Okay, it looks like those cards are still on the table. Okay, that's my reading for USDT. And then finally it is Ethereum. Why did I say before that Ethereum was a bit more of a useful proxy? This is because Ethereum has been going on a sideways channel for quite a while. It has been going from top to bottom, from top to bottom, top to bottom quite nicely. This has been quite a nice place for us to trade. And also you had these order blocks which served as floors and as ceilings. Okay, this, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with accumulation and this distribution processes that Mr. Richard Wyckoff studied and analyzed, and it's basically he followed the usage of, or the manipulation of the markets by market makers, by big hedge funds, really rich people and really rich corporations. And this to me is looking like a distribution or accumulation phase. So it looks like big market makers could be either buying a bunch of positions to boost the price up, or it could be doing the exact opposite, and it could be selling a bunch of positions to boost the price down. Okay, now can I know what the future of Ethereum is going to be? I'm really sorry to disappoint, I can't. What I do know is that this is going to be a really good proxy for Bitcoin. If we break this channel up, it looks like Bitcoin is going to be going even more up, and once you come out of this distribution, or like a sideways phase like this, that's because you are most likely, well, that's because you are going to be starting an uptrend. If you break it down, you're going to be starting a downtrend. So keeping an eye on Ethereum. Am I fine for Ethereum to go just below the recent low, grab a bit of liquidity, and then go straight back in this channel? Yes, I would be fine with it. Would I be fine with Ethereum going straight down and not really stopping? Yes, that would be lovely. We would then wait for a pullback on Ethereum. We would then wait to get a little pullback and then go short alongside it. Okay, I'm not going to try guess whether we're now going to break it down, whether we're now going to bounce back up. What I do know is that we have got an order block here on the 4-hour time frame, which is quite a solid one, and we are oversold. So it does look like we could get a move back up on Ethereum. Okay, until this is not broken, until we don't necessarily break this with aggressive force. And also it is worth noting, we do have a daily gap just above here, so I would be maybe fine with Ethereum going over here, touching this daily gap, and then moving straight back down. That would be fine with me. If we ignore this daily gap and we keep on going up and up and up and up, then that's a whole different story. This means that this has been broken and we are now starting a new uptrend. Do I think that's most likely going to happen? Not really. I think it is most likely we maybe get this little pump back up to the top of this channel, maybe even a retest to this order block which we have got on the top side, and then another position, another really nice place for us to go short. Okay, but we will see what the market does. We will go through all of this in this channel, and I'll keep on making videos daily so that you are up to date. Okay, thank you very much for watching today's video. Make sure you like, make sure you click the subscribe button, and make sure you also leave a comment telling me whether you found this video useful or not. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow for another market reading.